Jumping over to Fire Pro. Give me a second. I'll turn the mic off. I'll grab the snack. Alright. You might hear me chewing. Apologies, but alright. So basically I have a project where I'm giving everyone like a final move list. I guess based on the style, the wrestler. It's not a whole lot of work. Unless it's like a really standout person that I'm giving like special moves to or something. But generally I'll put like an exclamation mark on the finishing move name to let myself know that I'm done with them. Because the idea that eventually I'm just never going to customize anything else other than like my own original creations. I do like the real wrestlers as well. Yeah, it's like I've been slowly going through it. I'm almost done with the territories era. That's crazy. I've been doing this for a long time though. If that makes sense. So basically, a lot of different promotions, 10 wrestlers per promotion, just to make sure that they can actually like put matches on, varied matches, and they can quote unquote go and visit other guys and put on matches in other places and stuff. And basically territories, right? You go from place to place, wrestle, make a name for yourself, put guys over, you know, defend the belt, stuff like that. So right now I have world class and I have worldwide, and then that's it for territories. And then the other guys, you know, there are fewer ones across the board. There's like a handful over here, and JPW, like back to the 2000s. There's not a whole lot. And the New Japan is its own thing, and that's Hana's old thing. I haven't kept up to date with it because I don't like the new changes. I like the old version of Hana stuff. I haven't grabbed anything else. And some other stuff going on here. Yeah, but it's really the territories. So what I generally do is I'll make an update on the back end. Let's see. Let's go with Fritz. Should be a good start. And the way the territories edits are set up, you have like everyone who can actually, you know, they can actually find opponents across the board. So it's not just like a handful of guys who are in the same era. It's like a bunch of different guys who could easily, what's the word? Be interchangeable across promotions. Let's do Fritz. Let's do it in order, based on what's shown. So go over there, and then basically it's just checking his move set to see whether or not there's anything I want to change here, which is the default move set. At this point, it's probably going to be stuff like the Scoop Slam, just because I like the different version. I like the older version of the Scoop Slam, so like Pounding Body, Scoop Slam, literally that. What else? Stuff like the Body Punch, I'll change that. I have all of Suni's boxing moves, and they all have their own counters. So like, or like I have a mod on the back end that will check the move and see whether or not a counter should land, or like a reversal rather. So like that's a reversal, that might happen, or that might happen, or that might happen, you know. They're all kind of tied together. It's kind of like move list, but it's a little more specific. Just based on what I wanted. I'm just checking the rest of it really. Uproot suplex. Probably make that the default brain buster, honestly. If I can find it. Is it a suplex? It's a brain buster. Yeah, they call it that. I still have this 2.5 stuff. I need to get rid of it. At this point, I think I can delete it. You know, the big risk with Fire Pro is downloading things you don't really need just because you can. I went through that too, you know. It is what it is. I like the 2.5D suplex. That's a nice one. Yeah, that's a nice one. I also like having that as a move list option though. And then like body punch combination is gonna be like the body punch. Should be a combo somewhere here. Oh, I'll find it. There's a body punch combination somewhere here. But it's not that important. It doesn't have to be perfect, which is a nice thing about it. It can be good enough, you know? In this game, sometimes I feel like you should just allow things to be good enough instead of trying to make them perfect. That's like a losing proposition. Make things as good as you can. Like I'll do 80 stomping, which is really just like exaggerated stomping. Maybe for him it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You know, for him he would just stomp the shit out of you and be done with it. Let's see. Speaking of, I should have that move. I should have that move separate from the, what do you call it? See if I can find it. It should be separate from Nightmare now. Is it not? Huh. Thought I separated it. Yeah. Because that move turns into another move. It's like a stomping rush, but it has to do the it has to do the Nightmare first. Maybe we just won't use it. That's fine. All right, so that's done, and then let's see. And then I say, well, that Von Erich Claw. Then I'll go over here, finishing move, Iron Claw. You can also just call it the Iron Claw, honestly. I don't know why it's Von Erich Claw. It's the Iron Claw. All right. And that tells me he's done. And then I go over here in the back end and I give him some default move lists, which I have. Okay, and then I go through that. Doesn't take a whole lot of time. It's just for variation's sake. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, rough punch, heavy punch, sure. Outlaw knuckle, sure. Scoop slam, yep. Yeah, sure. I'm just cleaning it up. There are some things I don't think he should use, some things I'll take out of there. What else? Let's see. It does take a little bit of time. I'll do like maybe 1 or 2 every time I turn the game on. Just to get that done. But then I don't want to do nothing but this, you know? It gets old. Let's see, and then we'll do that. Clean that up. Maybe we'll do Irish Whip on that. Irish Whip and running attack on that. Sure, I feel like quick body punches. That. The biggest issue with my move set at this point is I have so many moves because I carried moves over from Fire Pro before we had Movecraft. So I have a bunch of stuff from back then. Like it gets kind of messy after a while. Okay, here we go. Give me a second. Yeah, and basically he's done now. Which means I never need to update his stuff again. In terms of the edit, his moves, his attires, he's done for good. Alright? Like these other guys are just done. Like I just load up the game and just put them into a match at this point. So for him, I'll probably do, let me think. He's 19, he's what, 1929? So I try to put them in the right era. So like I don't want Fritz fighting like those Karas, for example. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But he could fight Gory, he could fight Blue Demon, he could fight El Santo. Yeah, he could fight those guys. Although El Santo might be a little older, but that's fine. Yeah, so I can put him in the matches with guys that fit, you know, based on his age and his era, if I wanted to do that. So for example, I wouldn't put him against any of these guys, but maybe he could go to like the JWA or something and fight one of these guys. Why not? He could fight the Crusher. Let's have him fight the Crusher. Why not? Let's have him visit. Let's put him in the One Piece. Let's put him against the Crusher, because why not? Let's have him go and visit, basically. Could also do the Destroyer. I feel like the Destroyer makes more sense, honestly. Yeah, now we can send him over there. And that way, if Fritz loses, it doesn't impact his reputation, so to speak. You know, but it gives the Destroyer a rub. It makes the promotion look better if it's a good match. You know, all those different things. Ugh, that thing is off center. That's annoying. Yeah, I'm just too lazy to push it up. It'd take like what, like 5 seconds of work to do it, but I'm just too lazy to do it at this point. I'm actually tempted to turn entrances off now that I have that. The old school taunt before the match, like the older Fire Pro games. And that's a slower era of wrestling. I like these matches because it's slow enough that you can check to see what's going on. Like in terms of like the priorities firing and like the moves being used and whatnot. It's really easy to see the flow. And obviously, if you have like more current guys, it's faster paced. You have a lot more high impact moves and stuff, but you know, when you have a clear progression. Like these are the moves that are going to happen when they're fresh. These are the wear down moves. These are the moves that they use later on. It's really easy to see how things are flowing. And then it makes it easier to set up like faster stuff, faster guys. You don't just have like a bunch of moves firing and it looks like a mess, you know? And I think for me in particular, I ended up preferring this style, especially when it comes to modding, because generally when you're testing mods, you want to see whether things are firing, whether they're breaking. You know, you want to be able to like mark off that this happened and, you know, realize that it's working properly, or you need to go back in and fix something or tweak this specific thing. So when it's slow enough, you can kind of see when everything's firing. You can kind of like make a checklist and say, okay, that fired, you know, that's not working properly. And then, you know, I need to fix this specific thing. So it helps when it's slower, you know? Like, for example, that punch fired, you know, it didn't trigger the reversal that I have for that type of punch, but, you know, that's fine because it's not always supposed to do it. Like, the chain wrestling mod isn't my mod, but you can kind of see stuff firing there as well. But I'd assume when Carl was making it, it was a similar thing. You'd put on matches and you'd kind of check and make sure that certain things fire as expected. Like the wake up taunt fired, the type of taunt that fired makes sense given the situation. You know, stuff like that. That makes it really easy to check those things off. Yeah. But like once you're confident that it's working, you just put on whatever you want. And you have like AJ Styles or something going nuts. And just, you know, just flying all over the place or something. And you'll know that everything works, so you don't need to worry about it. Yeah, like for example, that animation doesn't work the way it should. Because it's like when he staggers back and forth, his hurt box is actually moving. So it's like when he moves back, it's moving with him. When he moves forward, it's moving with him. Instead of like being in one place, which is how the default animations work. Like they're tired, but they're still hittable in the same area. So a lot of the time you'll see the edit swing and miss. If it's a running move, they might just whiff completely. It can get pretty weird sometimes. That's the one thing I don't like about that animation. I'm not gonna fix it because I found it as a base animation that's unused, so I'm not gonna mess with it. It's too much work. Like right there, he's trying to do the wake up taunt. It triggered, but you know, it's a face down taunt apparently, so it rolled over. And then he tried to do it again, but it didn't trigger the second time. It just stayed there. And then it's good because he also got up staggered, so that didn't break anything that already works. Like he hit that one again. But like the fact that he hit that one again also tells me that he's not damaged enough to hit the other ones. That move is broken because it allows the defender to act before the attacker is ready. So the defender gets like a boost to countering basically. It's a timing thing. I'd have to turn the attacker's timing frames down. But again, it's an old move that I made like years ago before we had Movecraft. I can't be bothered to fix it. Too much work. I also like the way some of these animations interact, depending on the situation. Like a while ago, Fritz hit the Iron Claw, and then the Destroyer did the, he sold it, and the cell that he chose made a lot of sense. Although I guess it would have made more sense if he clutched his stomach, but, you know, I guess holding his midsection and rolling around works too. Yeah, like that one. That would have made more sense if he got hit with the Iron Claw and he did that one, right? Or the Stomach Claw and he did that one. But it's cool because you'll get different variations depending on the situation. And then like you never know what you're gonna get, which is the whole point of simming Fire Pro. Because like sometimes you get a really cool sequence, like this guy did that taunt in this situation, and it just happened to look like he sold this specific move, even though it's not set up to do that natively, you know? Like right there, you know? he did the Irish whip. He happened to get countered, even though that's not the way it always works. It's just a running move at that point. And he sold it because he, he ran into the turnbuckle, right? Yeah, but I'm assuming that the Destroyer is almost done, but he might turn it around depending on how things work out. All right. Although maybe not, because it's Fritz. Fritz doesn't really care. Like when it's time for you to go home, he'll just send you home. Outside of maybe kicking you in the face, he doesn't really care. The weird miss. I guess he'll beat you up. Yeah, but once you hit the ground, he's just gonna claw you and send you home. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice hard whip. That's a different hard whip. That's not like the one where they run with you. Yeah, like he might do this. Like he might just kick you when you're down, but eventually he's gonna hit you with the claw. I can't remember if he has a standing claw. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, that because he's orthodox. Yeah, even things like that, you can kind of check to make sure they're firing correctly. Now the problem is his finishing move depends on the opponent being grounded. Which isn't the worst thing, because if he's a heel, that gives the opponent a chance to come back. So if he's dominating early in the fight and he's kind of trying to set up for that specific move, you know, if he doesn't hit it, that gives his opponent a chance to come back. Which is the whole point of the heel-face dynamic, right? So it kind of works out in that sense. Nah, he's gonna kick out. That's not the finish. Okay, now he's trying to sell it now, but it's a face up move. All right, now you can tell he's getting beat up based on that. I wish submission moves could daze. There might be a mod that does it. I'd have to check. I'd love to see the dirty headlock go into a daze state. The headbutt. No, that's not the finish. Come on. Well, I figured it was something like that. That might be the finish. Called it. Well, there you go. So it works out. Destroyer is supposed to be the face. You're getting beaten up early. Fritz kept playing with him. You know, he came back. There you go. 93%. That makes sense. And since the JWA is the Destroyer's promotion, he gets a boost. The JWA gets a boost because they put on a 93% match. Fritz doesn't work there. Fritz doesn't care. Fritz goes home, right? That's the whole idea of the territory system. Like, I actually have something back here tracking it that you can't see. Like, if I check it, it's this crappy WinForms thing, but I can check it. I can see Japan Pro Wrestling Alliance. I can check the history. Where is it? Match results. So the Destroyer defeats Fritz von Erich in 20 minutes. You know, on this day, February 8th, 2025. That's pretty cool. And then I can actually go and check how the Destroyer feels. I mean, its morale is pretty good. If I could change anything about this, I would change it from being a number to like a bar. So I'd have like a UI thing where you see a bar for morale instead of like a rank in the points. That's gamifying it a little bit. He has like a middle of the road morale, so he's not too unhappy about it. He has 18 points towards the next level. Morale gives him a slight boost to Ukemi, to the Ukemi bonus, which is all it does. Surprised the Crusher has a D rank when he's a champ, but I guess why not? I can also check his record. He's lost 9 times. That's his 13th win. Okay, there you go. All fun things under the hood. Let's see. If that's Fritz, let's do one of his sons, because that place is loaded with his sons, right? Maybe Carrie. I watched the Iron Claw, what was it? Back in December, I think? Maybe early December. I think MJF did a really good job with Carrie. It's a good movie. A good wrestling movie, at least. I don't know if it would be a good mainstream movie, but it was a fun wrestling movie. Let's do Carrie. Let's go ahead and fix him. I could get rid of the 80s, I could get rid of that if I really needed to at this point. I only have one. There was a time when I had like 2 versions of him. It was like the I guess the WWF version and the really old version, or at least I guess the older Carrie versus the young Carrie or whatever. Yeah, but I pared it down after a while. Just going through, see if everything fits. Sure. The only thing I would change is the body slam, really. Like for this era, I like to go scoop slam. It seems more deliberate, like it's a bigger deal. It's not just like, oh, here you go. Okay, what does he have though? Tornado punch. Stomping leg. Stomping back, probably 80 stomp. That's it. I don't see anything else that needs to change. And then he has what, the tornado punch. So all I would do is I'd give that an exclamation mark. Literally, that's it. Tornado punch. Where are you? I lost it already. I have an easier way to do that. I could go to the rename moves tab and just do that. Brain Claw. Like here, where's Brain Claw? That's a standing claw, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Why doesn't Daddy Eric have that? He should. If he doesn't, I'm about to go give it to him. Let's see, Brain Claw. Yeah, like I renamed that Iron Claw. There you go. I'm actually gonna go check that real fast. Or really quickly, I guess. Papa Eric doesn't have the Brain Claw? What? That doesn't make any sense. That's okay, he does. I was about to say. That's his entire thing. Surprised he didn't hit it, but you know. It's a chance to hit it, it's not guaranteed. I'm gonna go ahead and rename that. Iron Claw hold. What is that? No, they're all Iron Claw. Everything's Iron Claw. Everything is Iron Claw. Let's see. Brain Claw. Stomach Claw is Iron Claw. I mean, it only matters because the winning move is listed. That's literally the only reason why it matters. Yeah, but Fire Pro fans are weird. We get hung up on the silliest things. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of him. It's only two move list replacements. It's just old school and default. It's just going through and cleaning up. Let me see. Sure, heavy hook. Heavy punch, rough punch. My only issue with move list is priorities, though. Like, you have to go through and make sure that the priorities are updated. Because I think it's based on move name and not ID. Or at least move name regardless, right? So like if I have something called shoulder arm breaker in my move list, but the old one's like shoulder breaker or arm breaker, it's not going to trigger the priority. That's the only thing you have to be aware of. Like I have this Texas jab combo, serpentine combo, which is what? That's Jake's combo. I have to set that to, and then it goes to what? Iron Claw. What's that, 40%? Okay, 40. And credit to the guys who do this and then put on a show afterwards. It's like you run the matches to make sure the edits work, and then you put on a show to make sure that they're working as you'd expect. And you know, I can't do that stuff. That's for the EFED guys, though. Like Senator Phillips does it a lot. He puts on the matches, but I think it's really just putting on the matches, just getting community engagement, so you're not just simming. I guess simming matches with no type of interaction at that point. Let's see. Although a lot of the good E-Feds have like running narratives. They'll have like a collaboration with other feds and stuff. So it's not just my guys did this thing. It's like my guys fought guys from this other promotion, and you know, we made this storyline. And a lot of cool things come about from that. Just fixing this up. Let me see. And I think I'm done. There we go. He should be okay. Never touching him again. There you go. And I'll throw him in a match. Again, I'll normally have them quote unquote visit another promotion. I might do that one. I might actually give him another outfit that doesn't have all of the pizzazz. Maybe like a red trunks outfit, or I can make like a Kerry red or something. But for now, that's fine. You can do blue. And then if he's 1962, he can fight a lot of these other guys. 1960, okay. So he can go pretty much anywhere, can't he? He's a big guy though, so let's give him another big guy to fight. He's like 253. I mean, Scott Steiner would be a good one. Send him to Stampede. Okay. He goes to Stampede. There you go. Where he can lose and it doesn't impact how he feels about the business or anything. He just goes over there, right? That's it. Let's do normal. And then maybe you can give the promotion a rub or something, I don't know. If that stuff matters, it gets tracked. And that's the whole idea of it being the territory. They're in competition, right? And then I can go check the records and see who's leading and all that other stuff. I think I still have that chart. I still have the export that will push it to a Google Drive document. Then I can check it like that. Although that's more for like individual wrestlers, not so much the promotion. But I can always sort it by promotion, so it's whatever. Yeah, it's going to be faster than the other match. These guys have a slightly faster style. Alright. Ah, that flip. That's the one thing I don't like about the custom tester strength mod. I never did fix that. Like, it doesn't always respect the initial position of the wrestler, so sometimes they'll flip when it triggers. It's annoying, but, you know, it's fine. I think Funi's still making moves. Yeah, he has his little custom thing that he does. I'll see it on Twitter occasionally. That's like one of the only good reasons to use Twitter, is to follow creators. That's it. Artists and people that do cool things for games and whatnot. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. Yeah, way more holds. I think the Destroyer versus Fritz would just beat you up and throw you around. Didn't have a whole lot of holds. That makes sense. I guess it had like the chain wrestling holds. Otherwise, I don't think it had a whole lot.
Will you give up?
That's probably because of Fritz, though, not so much the match itself. And Fritz is a heel, so it's as you would expect. I wonder if it still does the standard Irish whip on occasion, instead of just the variations of it. It might.
Will you give up?
I'd have to check.
Will you give up?
Oh, being fancy.
Rope break.
Nobody's breathing, though. It's just non-stop go, go, go. Nothing wrong with that, I guess.
Will you give up?
Gonna have to breathe eventually.
Will you give up? One.
The timing on that punch sound effect is a bit off. A little too fast. Yeah, someone's gonna guess. It's coming. Okay, now you're breathing. That to happen eventually. Can't do that forever. This is the falling version.
Will you give up?
Yeah, the Dave version, too.
Will you give up? Will you give up? Will you give up? Will you give up?
Arm looks a bit off.
Will you give
Just noticing little things.
rope break? Will you give up?
That positioning's interesting. Like, the headlock has his leg extended, so it's preventing the rope break, but then the front neck lock has him leaning back, so he's basically in the ropes at that point. It's cool to see how some of those moves work. So, like, when you're actually playing, you can do different moves and get the same effect. So you can do, like, a grounded headlock, and because your legs are forward, it prevents a rope break and stuff like that. So they can't actually slide and get the rope break. Just small things. Is that the Dave version? No, it's the Falling version.
Will you give up? Will you give up? Will you give up?
He's cranking it. Increases the time of it, I think, at the cost of stamina.
Will you give up?
Okay, reversal. Nice reversal.
Will you give up?
That's like you're gassing. Let me help you out there.
Will you give up? Will you give up?
Man knows what to target though. Situational awareness.
Will you give up?
No, he's selling it now. He did like one early in the match, so he stockpiled all of them for later. But then he doesn't have any that get him back on his feet, so
Give up?
it's just overselling at this point.
Will you give up?
It's kind of a cool little strategic element,
Will you
depending how you set up their wake up taunts. You can have guys who get stronger as the match goes on, or you can have guys who are monsters early. But then based on how they act, they can be really weak later on.
will you give up?
Like for example, Steiner could be no-selling a bunch of different moves early, but if he hasn't been doing it, suddenly he's legitimately hurt. You know, as far as they can be hurt in a video game, right? Now he's overselling everything, and he can't get up, and he's giving the opponent more chances to get offense in. That's interesting. Like there's some pretty obvious examples, like Hogan selling it early, but later on he keeps hulking up and won't stay down.
Don't break.
Stuff like that. It's just situational.
Will you give up? Will you give up?
And almost over. The crowd's applauding. Okay.
Give up?
The go home sound effect. Got it. The Steiner's almost finished, or at least he's close to that. To the what are the Ukemi kicking in? If nothing else. For Steiner, he's just pretty much almost done, I'd imagine. Yeah. He's been doing like consistent neck cranks. Ooh, jeez. That man is dead. Oh, no sell. But he hasn't been doing like impact moves. He's been doing like wear down moves, really. It's like an 80 something, I imagine. No, 74. Well, hometown man lost. He's probably upset about that. Let me go check. He doesn't lose all that often, though, so maybe it's not a big deal. No, he's fine. That's like his second loss. Please. When's the last time he fought, though? I can check that, too. Filter by wrestler Steiner. There you go. When's the last time he fought? Oof. Is that October? Well, I haven't played this game in a while. Yeah, October 27th. Yeah, that was against a jobber, though. And then he fought with Rick at some point in 2020. It's a long, long time ago. Yeah, I've been tracking this for a while. Alright, Steiner's okay. Let's see. It does take a little while to do these guys, though. That's my only issue with it. That's why I don't do that many per session. I'll just do the occasional bit. I'll maybe do David, and then that will be the last one I do for today. We'll go do David. He's basically just his father, though, so it shouldn't be that hard. I don't know why it's called the Iron Claw. That's weird. Just be Iron Claw. Where is it? Oh. Let me just check and make sure everything else is good. Yeah, that's the main thing. I didn't do just a general replacement because I like the other body slam with a quick move. I feel like the scoop slam is supposed to be like a higher impact move, or at least that's the way it's being sold. Hip attack. I guess it knocks down, why not? Old school pile driver. Always a nice move. I like how they capture the knees bending. There's a good animation. They actually capture the sit down really well. And then you can tell that his head's actually not actually hitting the mat when he does it. It's a really good move. I can't remember who made that, but they did a really good job with it. Like the basic pile driver, where is it? I'll find it. Now that's the variation. I'm looking for it. I may not even have it anymore. I may have hidden it. Yeah, so some of these, I'll find it. God, I can't find it. I must have hidden it because the other one's so good, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna find it. And some of these aren't bad either. You can kind of tell his head's not hitting the mat here either, right? Right. Yeah, some of these are fine actually. Here we go. Yeah, like that one. Like his head is obviously spiking the mat. There's no protection there. Like bam. Yeah, this one's not bad. Yeah, because you see him actually bend the knees. That's actually a really good one. So it gives you the idea that they're protecting the other guy, so it actually looks like a pro wrestling move. As opposed to a video game move where, you know, they're video game characters, they don't actually get hurt. I'm just gonna spike him on his head. You know, it doesn't matter, right? That's a nice one. There's another one somewhere. Like right here is another one, I think. That's not terrible. Yeah, that's okay. He bends the knees a little bit. That's the what is it? The base game pile driver. It's not bad. It's just not as exaggerated. You have to look for it. That's the only difference. Not the jumping knee. The knee drop to the neck. I like that one. Yeah, but it's really just going through. Maybe putting some custom moves down. The main thing. Yeah, like in this case, probably giving him a different arm lock. I'd like it to be faster. Yeah, that's a good one. Like that. That's also a good one. That's also a good one. It makes more sense than that. Same animation though. But I think I have variations for that get picked up anyway. I'm gonna go check. Default, and I should have pro wrestling. Just move this microphone out of the way. It's not as in my face. Let me see. Yeah, most of his moves are fine. Ooh, measured knee lift. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'd have to do that. I have to make sure that the priorities still fire. That's the main thing. That's what I'm really doing over anything else, is making sure the priorities line up. Like the moves themselves don't really matter. Excuse me. Like I have another move, need to make sure it fires the right thing. And then there's also what, the Iron Claw as well. If I can find it. Ugh, where is it? There it is. Okay. I need to make sure the numbers are right. 1040, really? Yep. I'm just checking to make sure everything looks good. Yeah, I have all the variations of it there. Of the Fujiwara armbar. Yeah. I don't actually need to touch it. Let's do Irish Whip. There, then let's do Irish Whip and one in attack there. And then what else? What about the 10 count punch? Well, it's the corner punch rush. I don't think he does that, does he? I don't see why he wouldn't do it, you know? Let me actually go check that. I think there's one that does exactly 10 punches. Gonna check. Almost certain we have that. No. It's just a submission. A chain? Really? We have chain moves for that? Interesting. Based off of what? Oh, I know what it is. This game could use a what do you call it? It could use a search function. That is for the, I'll find it. I'll show you in a minute. No, it's a shoulder charge. Can't find it. There it is. That, right. Does anyone use that? I've never seen that one before. Hold on. I've never seen that chain before. Let me check the moves. Ugh, a lot of moves. Corner strike. Corner shoulder. Yeah, I've never seen that one. I see. Yeah, it's Irish Whip and Run, Clean Break, Chest Slap, that, Apron Whip. Yeah, that's more of a heelish move. That's probably why I've never seen it. Are you sure? I don't believe that. Hold on. Ah, I see. Yeah, that's a heel move. I would now need to give it to a specific edit. That's why. Yeah, I've never seen that one before. It's crazy. That's a fail, right? I'm just taking a look at these things. Some of these I've never seen before. I've seen that one, sure, the corner strike. That's a chain, right? And then that transitions into other moves. I'm just gonna check. A corner strike. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I'm just getting lost in this now. Corner strike rush. Huh, I don't see it. Weird. Oh well. Not a big deal. Let me get back to this, right? Other thing about Fire Pro, it's really easy to get lost in those things. Let me see. Get lost in it. Shotgun pose, sure. Choke slam appeal, iron claw. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I've never seen that one. Look at that, Kevin. Let's go over here. That's David, rather. Excuse me. Traveling champion David, okay. We'll send him somewhere. He has a belt, so I don't know, probably white. Send him over there. Why not? Let's do the classic red versus blue, right? Why not? Basic. Although you would think that Flair would come over here. Like if Flair's supposed to lose, put him over Flair. Not supposed to lose, he might, but I would assume if he's gonna lose, send him over there. Give that promotion the rub. If I can find it, there it is. Who that? Blue Flair. Main event ref. Yeah, the robe. It doesn't work for this arena because you can see him standing there. He's supposed to walk down the aisle, but you know. Oh, he's wearing the belt. I want to see him wear the belt though. Let's do Full Sail. He's supposed to wear the belt. I need to see it. Let me see. Oh. It's a fancy. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna get that caught up in it. I just want to see the belt. Neat. The actual NWA belt. I'm sorry, the arena bothers me. I'm just gonna skip the entrance, go back to Korakuen or there, and just let the match run. Yeah, I just wanted to do the belt. Belt builder. We were just talking about that on the Discord channel, talking about it. The Flair doesn't have knee pads? Right, yeah, he does. Does he? He doesn't. Yeah. Probably should have knee pads, shouldn't he? The hair. There used to be a mod that would allow you to change custom costume parts as the match progressed, based on the situation. So you could get Flair with his hair messed up after he started bleeding if you wanted to. That's an old mod though. I don't know if it works anymore. Yeah. You could do stuff like have like the Incredible Hulk, like Bruce Banner Hulk up and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. It's a really old mod though. Flip and dropkick. I like the fox design on the boots. It's a nice way to get the semblance of lettering on the boots without doing like custom parts that are literally the letters. Like I've always felt like approximations in Fire Pro are the best way to do it, as opposed to having parts that have the exact thing. Always seems like it defeats the purpose. And then you use your imagination to fill in the rest. What am I looking for here in terms of triggering moves? Nothing really. I'm not really looking for anything. I don't know what to look for.
Do you give up?
The crowd booing? They should be booing. I think he's in the heal database. Begging off. He can be punched in the face at this point, he's just not doing it. Make sure to set up those moves so they're vulnerable.
Do you give up? Do you give up?
You'll get situations like they'll kip up and then they'll just get hit with a clothesline and go back down. Or like they'll start hulking up and they'll just get hit in the back of the head.
Do you give up?
But, it varies based on what the edits do.
Do you give up?
He's bleeding like crazy. Jeez. That's fast. Might have an extra special skill that says bleed more often. I think he has blood or something as a special skill though, so
1, 2.
like it should make him better. Increases his stats when he starts bleeding.
Do you give up?
And then we have the different levels of blood now.
Do you give
Like you'll have like a light cut and then they're busted open and they're bleeding all over the place and then you see it all over the chest and stuff. Like Flair's probably hit that point already and then it starts staining the mat and stuff like that. Yeah, but that was fast. I've never seen it happen that quickly. Jeez. Has to be a special skill. It's having an impact because he's getting his ass kicked.
Do you give up?
Like he's already transitioned to the punch rush off of the headlock. Jeez. It hasn't even been 5 minutes yet. Yeah. I guess it makes him look strong. He's a champ, right? And he's at home. So it makes sense. It's already transitioned to the punch rush, though. That's crazy. Yeah, the cell. That's the right cell for that situation. Oh, it's even worse now. Jeez. Does it get worse over time now?
Give up?
I don't remember that.
Give up? Do you give up?
Like, we haven't gotten mod pack updates in a while because Carl had, Carl had to break away from it. He did so much worse that it doesn't matter, though. But I don't remember the bleeding getting that bad the last time I saw them bleed. Like, he's a mess now. Like, all over his chest and his face and his back, apparently. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he's a mess. I guess it does get worse with time. That makes sense. Now, if you can win this exchange, you might come back, get back into it. Nope. No win. Yeah, he needs a series here. That's one. Okay. That's a start. Nope, never mind.
Do you give up?
You have darker spots on the mat depending on where they're lying down. That's hilarious. Like you have a really dark spot in the corner. I think in the base game it goes away after a while. In the modded version it stays there for the entire match. So it just stains the mat. That's pretty cool. God, he's a real mess. It got worse again. You can tell.
Do you give up? Do you give up? Do you give up? Do you give up?
Yeah, I don't think it gets any worse than this though. That's it.
Break.
Like I remember when people were making blood textures for this.
Do you
I think Carl was asking for people to make it because I guess he sucks at in the artistic department. So he had a few guys make him blood textures and then he implemented it. Eye poke. If it's just the eye poke, then this is over. Yes, it's over. If that's what he's doing at this point in the match, it's over. Man's running through him. Could have to do like a low blow crit or something. Or like grab his leg and get a crit on a submission or something. Just to slow him down. And then he can start doing direct damage at that point. Claw. Are they actually gonna do the claw? Would have been cool. Okay. Nothing but red. I think he has superstar, so at least he gets the boost after taunting, right? Oh. Blair just gave up. He's like, screw this, I'm going home. Busted him open and sent him home. Surprised it's an 86. I guess it makes sense. There was blood. People love blood. Now let me see. Am I gonna do anybody else? I don't want to just put on matches though. I want it to feel like I'm actually getting something done. So I'll do Chris Adams. Mid-tier matches, why not? If I can get more guys done, that's a good thing. Gentleman Chris Adams. Let's see. He should be fun. Okay, super kick, yep. Okay. Give him the scoop slam. The old school body slam. Even though he has these faster moves, his body slam is still kinda... Well, for him I'd give him the default body slam though. That makes more sense. The giant scoop slam. That thing does a ton of damage though. Nah, I'd rather keep that. I'm thinking about it. He's pretty fast. Yeah, if he's gonna do that, then he can absolutely do that. Ugh, gut wrench. And held him. That's power, huh? Yeah. I like the way it's animated. You can see the knees bend and cushion the head. So it makes it look like he's protecting the head. For that one, not so much. I see his head sticking under, but yeah. It's pretty good. Is there another super kick or is it just that one? There should be another one, I'm pretty sure. But if there is another super kick, I'm gonna have variations of it for sure. I'm not even worried. Gonna have variations of it in the move list. Don't need to worry about it. I just see that one here. A jumping elbow drop. There's another one. The heavy elbow drop. Old man elbow drop. That's a good one though. The Austin elbow drop. Lanky had a good approach to this. For custom moves, he just put a sign on top of it. A lot of people did really good moves for this. Crazy. And people are still making moves too. go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna have variations of it. Missile kick, missile drop kick. Yes, it's just that. Make sure he pins after it, that's all. Doesn't take very long. That's also why I need to actually watch matches after this, because it gets old doing this and nothing else, you know? Arm wrench and arm drag. Elbow drop. Okay, 60-20. That in 20. And I think there was another one, the arm wrench whip. 60-20. That's fine. I gotta go clean this floor and vacuum up. Ooh, it's a lot of moves. Could save it for tomorrow, but I need to do it because I haven't done it in a week. So, gut wrench. What else? Gut wrench should be a pinfall. Are you kidding? But it's the middle of the match move apparently, so he's likely to pin after it anyway. Let me see. There it is, thrust kick. That's it. Nah. That's the move. It's not really a super kick though. Face down. It's a different variation of the super kick. And they should all be finishing moves. There you go. Let's see. That doesn't really matter. Like it gives you additional damage, and if there's a special ability, like superstar or finisher or something, it gives that the tag as well. Otherwise, it doesn't make a huge difference. I think that's it. That looks good. Ooh, hold on. Is that... There you go, corner shoulder. Gotten into the habit of making corner shoulder just a chain starter. Because it happens so infrequently. Corner strike rush, boom boom boom. What else? What else do we have? Everything else seems okay. Okay, we're good. We are good. I might do like 2 more matches, this one and another one. Let's see. Let's send him somewhere, why not? He can go somewhere. He can be fancy, why not? He's 231. He's 1955. Why not? Send him to Mexico. He would fit. He would be a good fit down there. Can't remember if I have this set up. I might. I'm gonna check. It's like the best venue for quick matches. It's either this or the city gym, I think. Like even without mods, because you know, it's just a direct thing. Small venue, you don't have entrances by default. You know, they just get straight to the match, you know. It's a weird ref for this match.
Bring the
I don't feel like making any more refs though. I have a nice little pool of referees that I can pull from depending on the situation. The only other thing I would do with them is give them specific animations outside of the default animation, but other than that, you know, they're refs. It's like the audience. I'm too lazy to modify the audience. And then there are certain things that you lose out on when you do that. Like I have a system where it's changing the volume of the audience and then the people in the seats, depending on the wrestlers in the ring and the match type. So like if it's a championship match against two superstars, then it's going to be packed and it's going to be loud. But if it's like a middling match, maybe something like this, you're going to have a few of the seats empty. And then if you wanted to like book a card and kind of stimulate the idea that people are coming in as time goes on, you could do that as well. So you have the lower level matches early and then you kind of ramp up so it impacts the audience members and their volume and stuff. But if you have a custom audience, you miss out on all of that because it's always full, just based on how that works. And then also making audience members is a lot of work. For me, it's too much work. They're not that important. It's pretty cool when it's done, especially if you have like an original fed or like an e-fed, a custom thing, and you have your own guys with signs in the crowd and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. It's just a lot of work.
Do you give up?
If they implemented these audience members in a more intelligent manner, I would do it. Like these guys should really be individual edits, right? And then they're just performing the same animation over and over again. Instead, they're images, so you'd have to make like 5 images and loop through them. Would have made more sense to make these edits because they're using edit parts, right? These are all edit parts, but.
Do you give up?
And then that way you could just make custom audience members by making edits and then just replace these guys. Would have been a better way of doing it, but, you know, it's what it is. And again, it's not that important. You know, Fire Pro fans will get tied up on the most minuscule things. So like we'll notice stuff like that. But you know, I like the fact that you'll have some empty seats depending on the situation. I'd prefer that over custom audience members. They can have like 2 guys who are nobody, literally nobody. Their rank is bad, their popularity is bad, and the place is literally empty. And then you can almost treat it like it's a training match, you know? Based on the situation. Or you might have a couple of people in there because maybe it's like a bingo hall show or something. You can do things like that. Yeah, I want to see what's going on with the match though. Yeah, but they should match up pretty well. Lucha versus more of a high-flying style with Chris Adams. Or more agile style, I guess, not high-flying.
Do you give up?
They're a good match. Their movement speed also kind of shows it too.
Do you give up? Yeah.
It's always cool to see all the different types of matches you can have, because it's the same system. It's the same basic system, the same basic gameplay and rules, but depending on who you put in the match, you can get completely different styles. You can have big lumbering technical matches, or you can have like hardcore brawls, or you know,
Do you give
whatever. You can even have MMA matches. You can put edits together and they look like they're actually fighting an MMA match. It just depends on what you want, really. Like I might do a Pride match after this just to prove the point. Yeah, you can do all sorts of stuff though. You can even have like boxing matches that look like the real thing. That takes a bit more work though, because you have to simulate defense too, as opposed to guys just getting hit in the face all day. Probably the hardest part. He tried it again. It's almost like he botched the first one, and he had to do it again. That's funny. Some simple cradles. That's nice. Counter it. There's too much clapping. I don't know if it's a go home clap or if it's just a signal from the taunt clap or what. Or the reversal, it's hard to tell. I will find out in a minute, depending on how they act.
Do you give up? Do you give up? Do you give up?
Oh, super kick. Oh, no pin. Well, it's not guaranteed. A little bit of suspense. Not a guaranteed pin, it's just really high. Maybe we'll get another one, a variation of it. There it is, that's the go home clap. That's it. Was that the near fall clap? I don't even know. Or maybe it's the go home triggering at the right time. Could also be that. Pin the man, dude, what are you doing? You have the prior. What if he does? There it is. Yes, it's the same clap. Sometimes it triggers the fast one, though. It's random. Double roll over at the same time. Both trying to do the same thing. Oh, I said no more legs for you.
Do you give up? Do you give up?
I think I fixed that issue where the reversal taunt is delayed, so it doesn't give away the action before it happens. So like if they're going to trigger a reversal, you don't know until like 2 seconds in. So the crowd doesn't tell you that they're going to trigger the reversal. 100. 89, I'll take it. Let's do one more. Let's see. Oh, and another Von Erich. Surprise. There are like 6 of them. And then there's a Jobber Eric down there. 4 guys. Anyway. Is that a tag belt? Might be. Yeah, let's do the other one. Let's do Kevin. Guess what he has? Iron Claw. All the claws, right? Let me just go ahead and change that. Change it now just to let myself know that I don't need to touch it again. There's an easier way to do it. I could just go into rename and do it there, but you know, I've been doing it like this for years now. It's kind of hard to break the habit. Let's see. Sure. I like that hooking lariat. That fits him pretty well. Everything else is fine. Rough punch, drop kick. Sure, knuckle arrow. Scoop slam, yeah. Scoop slam for him, pounding body. Yep. Frankensteiner. '80 stomping. Yep. Yeah, and then it's just moves list at that point. Yeah, I don't need to do a lot for him. Like, do that. I might even do pro wrestling for him because he's a bit more explosive. Add that one too. Oh, are you kidding? Arm drag and arm bar, arm drag 3. With arm back drag 3. Give him the give it the idea of chain wrestling. Let's see what else we got. Boom. Rough knuckle arrow, stepping, knuckle arrow, scoop slam. Does scoop slam go into anything? Arm drag goes into something, goes into key lock, of course. Yep. That's arm wrench and arm drag. That. I don't even like it's a huge deal. It's like sometimes they don't do it, but give it to them anyway. 60. 20. Did I do that for the other one? As a counter, I think. I didn't. That's arm bar though. It's a little different. That's pointless there. That's a little different. Giant arm breaker drop, key lock. I guess. I think the step over would make more sense. A lot of arm bars. I guess that gives them something besides high impact moves, you know? Which can be useful. Okay. Let's see. I think that's fine. Just over here looking at this back end stuff, trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. Run up Rana? Yeah. Pinfall. Yeah, feet. That's why it's the feet, because the head is the iron claw pin. Right. Alright, what else? What else? He doesn't have a lot of corner stuff, does he? Wow. Huh, I guess not. Yeah, the corner stuff is normally where all the work comes in. And I'll take away that grooming one and just do the sculptular stretch. There we go, done. Yeah, he's gonna be the last one that I do. I've gotten 5 done. That's pretty good. That's what, I think there's 7 left in that group. But after that it's just them, and I'm done. That's not even 7, it's 5 after that. There's these guys. And then these guys are gonna be really easy. Really, really easy. Absolutely. What belt do you have? I wonder. Let them defend it at home, I guess? Or just let them fight at home? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like, it's not like the title match. Send him... Who is that? 1957? Alright, send him... The white's fine. If that's 57, send him to mine. It'll be an interesting match. 57. Sure. 235, does that make sense? Hacksaw. Sure, I mean, sure. Could also put him against Pistol. To the old man Pistol, not yet. It's the 80s, so why not? It's gotta be on the nose. Let's do opener. Why not? Pistol's lower on the card, and then you can kind of see it. Again, that's what I like about it. Like, based on the level of the wrestlers and like the type of match, you'll have maybe more or like fewer fans or more fans. It's kind of a fire promoter thing. I think that's where I pulled it from. So it's like this is a lower tier match. So you know, there are fewer guys out there. Maybe it's earlier in the show's running time.
Ring the bell.
So it's closer to the start of the show or something. And then guys trickle in later on. It's a neat little thing. A neat little extra. I'm pretty sure it's Pez Watley holding it down though, because Kevin is his popularity is good enough, or his charisma, I guess, his ranking is good enough to get some audience members in there. And test of strengths replacement.
Do you give
That's a fun one. I have to make sure that it doesn't trigger every single time they go for a test of strength. So it made testing a little hard, a little difficult, I guess, more difficult than it needed to be. Because I need to make sure that it actually worked, you know, it worked properly when it did trigger. And it has to be a test of strength. You know, a test of strength isn't always going to trigger anyway. There's a bunch of different matches until they actually did it. Like, there are better ways to test it, but I wanted to see it in an organic manner, I guess.
rope break?
Like how they're gonna look in an actual match. That should probably be an illegal move just so the referee warns them. Then the problem with that is it's always gonna be an illegal move. Even in like the modern day matches where they punch each other without fear, the ref would still warn them. I'm not sure if they still do that anymore. Yeah, there's nobody in there. Jeez. Yeah, there's a speed difference, so we're gonna overrun Pistol. Doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment. And some of the moves actually require a more agile opponent, like the arm drag whips and stuff. Because if it's pro wrestling, the guy is actually flipping. It's not the move doing it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
5 minutes.
And I don't have the weight detection mod installed. It's just not a mod I like. It makes a lot of sense, but you know, I'd rather handle that in the move list as opposed to letting the mod handle it. That's the nice thing about the mod pack. You're not gonna like every single component, but there are so many. You know, it's hard to find something that doesn't work for you. Like, I know guys who use a mod pack and it's literally just for organizational features, and they don't use any of the gameplay stuff at all. So, it's nice to have. This guy's arm is jacked up already. Yeah, but he's going for a lot of arm-based attacks, just to focus on something, I guess. Yeah, but the speed difference is going to be a problem now. They're not going to mesh. Is he going to roll over? No, he's waiting for him to get up. Ooh, nice sell. Oh, no pin. The ref was right there too. Someone's mad about the arm. They just have to meet in the middle. Yep, and the speed difference doesn't matter at that point. Oh, that makes sense. He does have that shoulder claw. I guess
Give up.
targeting the arm makes more sense. Like, ultimately it's still doing the same damage, same damage to the same pool of resources, but you know, it's pro wrestling, you want it to make sense on some level. So if he has a potential arm finisher, then it makes sense that he has so many arm-based targeted moves, right?
Give up. Do you give up? Do you give up?
Yeah, but he's gassing though. Oh. Rana Bomb, everyone's favorite finish. I think I turned that disabling option back off so they can finish with it again.
1, 2.
Yeah, but People hate that finish. That, and there's another one. The small package. There's a small package finish that people hate too. Yeah, I don't blame them.
Do you give up? Do you give up?
But it got kind of annoying knowing that it would never finish a match, so I just turned that back off.
10 minutes gone.
Yes, it's over. I figured Von Erich would have the advantage in this match. That's why I gave him Pistol Pete.
Do you give up? Do you
They're also in Stampede, which is okay. You know, again, it's a territory thing. So guys used to go from territory to territory, even though they had different home promotions, and they would meet up that way.
do you give up? Do you give up?
So it's not the worst thing that they're both in Stampede right now, instead of wherever they're supposed to be. Also, that logo, it's that 1976. Don't like it, but you know. Not a huge deal. Nitpicky. Eventually you have to live with it. It's still a nice ring design.
Do you give up? Do you give up? Do you give up? Do you give up?
I'm surprised that hasn't finished it yet. He's been cranking it too. That's why he's so gassed. Nice timing for that. The body cell. Well,
Do you give up? Do you give up? Do you give up?
I felt like if you cranked that for another 3 seconds, it would have ended. Especially since that triggered right there.
Do you give up?
Right. Figured. If you cranked the shoulder claw for another 3 seconds, it would have ended the match. Could tell. Yeah, 75. That's not surprising. Let me see. I was gonna do another match. That's the last guy I'm gonna work on. Because it's a barbarian, the warlord. Please. I wanted to check somebody. There was something else I wanted to look at. Oh, I've done these guys already. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. I use Vader a lot. That's a given. Was there's someone I wanted to check. Let me see if I can find them. Like, I don't have a whole lot of edits. It might look like a lot, but they're organized pretty well at this point. Can't remember. Let me see. I like the different New Japan logos based on the era. It's gold, and then you have the red, blue, and yellow, and then you have the red, yellow, and black. It's pretty cool. Yes, New Japan from like what was it, 2019? Well, 2019 rather. Yeah, I haven't kept up with it since then. I haven't really bothered updating it at all. Yeah, I was gonna do MMA just to do that. Let's see. Don't know if anybody's here, but I don't really stream with the idea of an audience. I just stream it because I can. I think it's, what is it? Is it SWA? Yeah. I don't like the way boxing looks in this, honestly. I don't think it's a very good fit for this engine. MMA is fine because there's so much grappling in MMA anyway, but boxing doesn't work. Like I know a lot of people have tried. I know Senator Phillips has tried really hard to make it fit. And then even I have like boxing mods and rules and stuff, but ultimately it doesn't really work that well. I guess it makes sense as like a an arcade style boxing match, but as a simulation style boxing match, it doesn't even begin to look like it, really. Maybe I'll do that instead. Yeah, if you're thinking about like old school boxing games on like the Super Nintendo or something, it's a good fit though, for sure. Like if I do Holyfield versus Lewis, because that makes sense. Man, 1965? God, they're old. The Eastern Assassin. I don't think I've done anything with Larry, though. Almost certain I haven't. Sure, let's do these guys, why not? And then just do boxing, because I think it's just boxing, yep. Boxing referee. Amateur boxing, why not? Ooh, hold on, I need to go back. I don't have my boxing rule in place. Yeah, they actually have the headgear. That's cute. Yeah. Because they don't start with it. They don't. That's pretty cool. Let me see, Larry. It can be kind of buggy though. What's that? That's Evander. There it is. Yep. I can't remember what triggers that. It's been so long. Where is he, Larry? Yeah, let me see something. Okay, the white. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember what triggers that. It's been so long. There's something that tells them to put on the headgear. It's been a really long time. Yeah, but I have boxing rules. Here we go. KO when HP is 0, remove rope to remove post, which is weird. Man, there are so many mods for this game, it's hard to remember what does what. Cortez, sure. Before Cortez got old. Oh, I need to get rid of that that graphic. It's not a big deal though. It's a me thing. I can't remember what does that. What gives you the headgear when they're boxing. I feel like that's a mod I made, but it's been so long. Like I doubt Carl would have made it. Carl doesn't care about boxing. It had to be a mod that I made, but you know, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's so hard to make boxing work in this because you know, ultimately it doesn't capture the defense very well, the defensive nature of the sport at all. But if it's like Ready to Rumble boxing or like George Foreman's KO boxing or something, it's not bad. Look at it like that. Like it's good enough. And they circle and, you know. Yeah. Some of the moves don't fit though. Like the stomach slap isn't a good one. But I haven't been through this group since I put the boxing moves in. It's only been like Ali, Frazier, Tyson, guys like that, really. Yeah, they're not getting hit a lot, which is at least something. It's not just rock'em sock'em robots, you know? And that kind of helps the match go a little longer than it normally would. If they're just swinging and getting hit, then the match isn't going to last for long at all. Just going to end after like the third round. And you have some moves there that simulate defense. Ooh. And you have some multi-hit moves that can potentially be blocked or dodged on the third hit. Yeah. Okay. And it's still Fire Pro logic. Light moves, heavy moves, you know, you have to build up, transition.
1, 2,
Oh, I didn't do anything for the background.
4.
And I think I have like a basic animation replacement for the wake up where they'll like try to get up with their hands raised. Who made that? I think Lord made that one. Lord 2NZ made that. I might want to put that in there. the quote unquote clinch. The dirty boxing. Yeah, they taunt. I think taunting gives them a little bit of a spirit boost recovery. It's more like an Ali thing, you know, Ray Leonard, that sort of thing, but everybody does it. And I think there's a chance to do it based on showmanship or something like that. The guys like Tyson Fury will probably do it every time they knock the other guy down. I don't know, guys like AJ might not do it at all, or that often. No clue. Haven't put them together. Yeah, but it works well enough. Yeah, you have to make edits that are specifically made with this mode in mind, though. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And they're just grappling all the time and triggering attacks and, you know, swinging for the fences. But nice mat, though. I think, who made that? Senator Phillips made it. Yeah, it's not a good move. Not a good boxing move. Ooh, nice. Nice combination. I hate the fact that combinations allow them to get back up. Like, single strikes have to be the one that land to put them down. Pretty annoying. Like, he's gonna get back up. Yeah, really annoying. But single strikes will actually trigger the knockdown flag. Round 4. Oh. Well, if it's a crit, that's also going to end the fight. Didn't expect a crit. Well. Yeah, it can work. It's just you have to do too much to make it work. Like, honestly, I feel like sumo works better than that does, but sumo is even worse. Like, sumo's not even a thing in this game. Like, you'd have to what? You'd have to manually end the fight for sumo to work in this game. So I mean, but there's so much grappling, it might fit better. If I do sumo, because I have like 10 guys, because I wanted to do like a sumo game mode, and I wanted to like relegate them and promote them. I'm not sure if I'll still do that. I might do it because, you know, ranks in sumo are actually a thing based on records, wins and losses. Like, if I put these guys together, I think they're at the lowest rank. And they're real guys, but I don't follow sumo that heavily, so I'm not even sure what their actual history is. But if I wanted to do like a quick tournament, a bus show, I guess I could do it. And then, you know, they get wins and losses, and they'd rank up and stuff. I think I gave up on that. It sounded like too much work, and I just said forget it. And then obviously there are certain rules that don't apply. The circle is just cosmetic. It's not actually a thing, so you can't get pushed out of the circle. You know, stuff like that. But it's really like a you use your imagination sort of deal, you know? And then you have all the long entrances. So I guess you get that. If you really want it. Yeah, but I mean, it does a good enough job. Within the engine, really. And there's a lot of slapping. Oh yeah, and the referee's not constantly shouting, so you'll miss out on that too. Could probably make it like a trap background music. Probably give you the same idea or the same feel, huh? It really depends on what you want, though. Yeah, but matches tend to be pretty quick. I've never seen one go for longer than 2 minutes. Actually, 2 minutes is pretty long. It's normally like a minute and some change, honestly. And depending on the situation, it can end almost immediately. Like a guy can go for a move and he gets reversed and he's on the ground and he loses, you know? Like, this has actually been a long match. Yeah, he's trying to slam him. That's what that is. It's an attempt to slam, but he's not worn down yet. Every time they clinch, it's a slam attempt or some type of knockdown move. If it's not a slam, it's something else. A lot of slapping. There it is. I like the fact that it actually ends the match so you don't have to do it yourself, right? I also think you can get thrown out of the ring. Like they'll just walk you to the edge and just toss you out of the ring, and that's another loss, so that works too. It's a fun little idea. I'll do it every now and then when I just feel like putting something on, you know, without thinking too much. Let me see. I think Pride is over here. Is that Pride or Pancrase? That's Pancrase. Pancrase works out pretty well too. Obviously, it's never going to be perfect. It's not a Pancrase-focused game, but I think it does a decent enough job. I think most of these guys are done. I don't think I need to do anything else with them. It's just a situation where I need to come back and just do like a minor check on the move list. Really. And I feel like Pride and Pancrase would work well enough together if I wanted to. But these guys were made with some Pancrase in mind, so it makes more sense to use them. Frank. That head needs to change, Frank. It's not good. Let's go with you. Yeah, I remember this. I went through and actually did Pancrase specific movesets for these guys so they'd fit with the mode. I can't remember if I have a rope break rule on this. Yeah, I do. Total points lost per down. Yep, I have that. You can do custom rules too. It doesn't have to be like 3 points before you lose. It can be 10, it can be 100. You can make it KO only or submission or whatever. Yeah, but you know, it's like rope breaks or point deduction, I think knockdowns, and they have like counts. You have to get back up before the 10 count and stuff. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure these guys have movesets to limit the number of knockdowns. So they have like knee strikes that keep the opponent standing and stuff, as opposed to like the default knee strike. It's gonna be two grapplers though. Not a great dynamic. Oof, jeez. The Shote uppercut. I thought he was gonna chain it. And the knee bar. I used to have the BGM stuff going in the background, but I stopped. Like, it was fine, but, you know, realized I didn't really need it. Yeah, this works better than boxing because there's naturally a lot of grappling anyway, so it doesn't look as odd when they're constantly grappling. And then I think I have elbow tie-up set to 0 for them. So you don't actually see them tie up at all, although I don't need that now that I have Funi's basic replacements. But I still do it for this. Yeah, but I think in general it's off now. I don't really use it that often anymore. In fact, it may be off now. Looking at it, they're still tying up. It's just a very short animation, so you barely see them tie up. It's like they'll face off really, but it's not really a tie up anymore. So it's really fast. It also helps because when you turn it off, depending on the move, it can look really really janky. If they just immediately warp into a move before like facing off or prepping. That helps a lot. Okay. That combo. I haven't seen it in a while. I haven't seen the reversal in a while. Yeah, no rope breaks yet. Generally it happens when they start doing submission holds near the rope. I don't think they really crawl to the rope to engage or start it. Maybe he's gassed now. If he doesn't win at least once, he's gonna lose. Like, it seems obvious, but I mean, he needs time to actually breathe. Because if he doesn't, he just can't reverse anymore. He can't reverse strikes anymore. Yeah, right, exactly, because you're forced to breathe when you're gassed. Yeah, but he doesn't have time to do anything. Because he's a grappler, he's not a striker, so he's always going to be in chain situations. Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't going to win anyway, that's it. I like Pancrase. It's fun. It's different. Let's see. There's obviously Pride. I like UWF too. It's a work shoot MMA promotion. It's fun. It's more of a mix between wrestling and MMA, I guess. Pancrase is a little less so. And then Pride is obviously Pride. Let's do Pride. Let's do Rampage. I don't think I have specific rules for Pride, do I? I don't. No, that's just a normal match at that point. You just turn it off. Maybe KO when HP is 0. I can turn that on. So I'll do that. The Rampage and Dawn. Sounds like a bad idea. Old man Dawn, gray hair Dawn. Why not? Oh, I've actually done something with him. You can tell because of the exclamation mark, right? It's Sap time. We gotta do Bob Sap. We gotta do Sap. It's Sap time. Give me Dawn. Give me that Dawn. These are guys I've actually worked on. Or finished, rather, in the sense of not needing to touch them again. Just Sap. He's lost most of his matches, of course he has. He's a professional loser. Used to be a monster, though. And people realized he can't actually fight. He's just big. And now he's old. I feel like one of these match types put gloves on them by default. I'm almost certain I did a mod at some point where they automatically gear up. So you can use pretty much whoever you want, and they'll at least put on gloves and headgear and stuff. I can't remember if that mod survived. Because they used to do weird stuff with the costumes. Yeah, but Pride works pretty well in this game. It's just grappling, so it fits. Oh. Man hits like a truck. It's Bob Sapp before everybody figured out he can't actually fight. Neither beast. They're going for the Powerbomb. It walks you down. He needs a different reversal. Something that's a takedown, maybe. I'll think about it. Already. That didn't take long. Already. Yeah, he was going a little too hard there. Yep. Poor Bob. Running. Takedown, I guess. And now he taps. Yeah, he's basically done. Oh, there are no rounds. Oof. That's why. It's still using the Pancrase rules, or using the Pancrase round setting. Poor Bob. Oh well. He's just getting run over now. It's pretty sad. That would have been a knockdown too. Just tap, Bob. Just tap. This is sad. What? Oh, that's the reversal he did? That's... Oh boy. It's not gonna work though. Yeah, but he's dead. Right. That's accurate. That's realistic. The man's a beast. Yeah, there were no rounds though. That's not surprising. Let me check that. He's a beast, and then he gets run over. Yeah, it should have been rounds. I think it's actually 2 minutes, isn't it? Yeah, I was using the Pancrase rules, but it's supposed to automatically set that for Pancrase anyway. Poor Bob. Let me do UWF. I have a few guys, but I think the idea is that you can use anybody and it will work. So I could do like I don't know. I could do Albright maybe. I could do Albright versus, I don't know, Steiner. You can go grab Scott Steiner from the Territories, I guess. That'd actually be a good idea. Let me go grab him. Screw that. Let me grab. Yeah, let me grab Steiner. That probably makes the most sense. Sure. I can go grab him. Why not? God, Albright is a monster, though. Steiner was pretty big, too. Oh, jeez. He's 352, though. That's not fair. I know it's a game, but geez. He's a beast. Let's see. UWF. I could do pretty much anyone. That man's a monster, though. Yeah, but UWF, you can use pretty much anybody. If I went to... Maybe I'll go grab John. Where's Earthquake? Where is he? There he is. Ugh, he's also a monster. Big John. But, you know, why not? Do I have the rules set up? I have some illegal moves. If I could do this again, I would have done it based on move ID. I think originally I did it based on move name, which is a really bad way to do it. It should really be like a selection of moves based on ID. Not the end of the world, though. Yeah, but I think John Tenta actually fought in the UWF at some point. Illegal, right? But the moveset. Certain moves are illegal. Again. So, yeah. So if you do something like, what's his name, Abdullah the Butcher, and you bring him over here, he's gonna get disqualified almost immediately. So there's certain rules that you can't, certain moves you can't do. Yeah, so generally, if their moveset is varied enough, they'll avoid it. But this guy seems to like the elbow stamp, so maybe it's not going to work out for him. It's nice to see it trigger occasionally, though, just so you know that it exists. Doing a little too often, though. Okay, he's been DQ'd. Okay, not the best example. DQ'd, yep. Let me find someone else who will follow the rules, because he's obviously not the guy. Give me... let me think. I don't know, give me someone from a pro wrestling territory. Who isn't Vader. Well, I mean... he's always Vader, though. Give me someone who isn't Vader. Give me Dr. Death, why not? Dr. Death should be able to do it. Maybe. I'm not even sure. It's the Black Dr. Death, guys. Well, default. He should be able to do it. Yeah. You could say that's an illegal move, but I just treat it like they're attacking with the flat of the hand. I don't know. Gotta use your imagination at some point. Yeah, but it's just wrestling with rules, basically. That's all it is. Yeah, like that should be an illegal move. Yeah, but, you know. I mean, I could add it, but it's work. It's more work I don't want to do. I just have to add the exact move name and say that's an illegal move. Like, I could do it right now. I think you can update it in real time. So you can update the list. Like, for example, I could see him poking the guy in the eye, and I don't like it, so I just put eye poke on the list. And that's almost like a real-time referee. Basically, referee saying, if you do that again, I'll dock you a point or something. Damn, where are Dr. Death's suplexes? Left him at home, apparently. I guess he has a takedown. Kind of makes sense. Albright's huge. He's like 352 or something. Something stupid like that. You can say he threw a punch and the ref didn't see, I guess. Can storyboard it. Oh, well. Kind of wish I could redo the notification and use the, what do you call it? Use the pop-up that we have now instead of the line at the top. But I mean, also I don't really want the pop-up in my face, you know? The idea that it's supposed to be like an announcement from the commentator. It's just kind of mentioned in passing. It doesn't have to be right in your face. I can't remember if the UWF had rounds, did it? Might have been like Pancrase where it didn't. Because it was technically just a wrestling match at the end of the day. It just make believe MMA. And Dr. Death isn't getting any suplexes going though. Yeah, rope breaks, points for rope breaks, right? Oh, there it is. Boom. That's a suplex. I've never seen it end on points though. It'd have to be a combination of illegal moves and like point losses from rope breaks and stuff. Or maybe someone gets into a groove and just starts putting you into submissions near the ropes. Oh, well. That's technically not a suplex. It's a power bomb. Oh, it's down, yep. Not gonna count it? Yeah, that's a down. Especially since he tried to get up. Oh. Oh. Would have been sick if he got him in a German suplex right there. Oh, yeah, he's down all right. Jeez. I need to change the generic to something else, but the BAM is fun. I don't see criticals that often, so woof. Man said down. I'll say he's down. Jeez. Let me see. Give me a submission. Give me a submission specialist. Give me. Let me think about this. Well, let's send you over there. Why not? Takada. Sure. Volkan was like what, in the mid 200s? Yeah, 235. That's not bad. Ooh, he's set up for Pancrase. I like that. Some of these guys are cross promotional. You can tell. Pretty cool. Like he's Pancrase, he's also UWF, he's also Pride. So I can kind of put these guys together and you know, I have one big pool of fighters instead of just a couple. That's a pretty cool idea. And that way they still have their home promotions, but they can still visit, you know? Takada, sure. Let's do the UWF actually. Let's do the original. Yeah, that way Pride and Pancrase and UWF can all work together. And I can run all three match types and, you know, they all fit. And then you still have the promotional stuff going on in the background where you have like UWF, you have the records at the top. Like Takada's fighting Volkan who's visiting, so, you know. It's going to impact the win-loss over here. The win-loss record over here. Volkan's gonna freaking destroy him though. It's already over. Now unless Takada gets a KO or something, Volkan's gonna kill him. Well, you could also get slams, I guess. Nice. The chain. The armbar chain attempt. I like that move. Yeah, more of a submission game, I think, with striking from probably Takada. Yeah, that's gonna be the story of the fight. Okay. I'm going for the grapple. Why not? He doesn't even go for it. He just goes straight into the armbar. Haven't worked on him yet. That's why. At least I haven't worked on him, haven't finished him yet. In terms of, the moves. Trying to remember who made the base. I think it was Senator. I think it's Senator's Volcan. And then I tend to tweak stuff on the priority and moveset side. Because I cannot do appearances to save my life. I can do everything else but appearances. I'm just really bad at it. Or at least I just can't be bothered to go through the effort required to do a really good appearance. I can do the rest though. Yeah, but I still need to finish him in terms of the moveset. I think the priorities are done. To see him do like knee strikes that immediately knock down and stuff instead of like dazing knee strikes. Apparently Takada might be the same thing. But I've definitely worked on him at some point because he has the boots. Like that's how you know. Anyone who has that boot knee pad set up, I would have touched them at some point for some reason. The short kick. I like the fact that he has short moves. They're like low impact moves, but they shut down what the opponent wants to do. More like a pure grappler. Oh, and then he does that. Tries a back fist. Is that the reset? Yeah, nope. It's the full move. I think the reset's just a strike, single instance. Okay. It ends in a pin. Oh. The no-cell suplex. I do wish I delayed the announcement at the top. Maybe like 2 seconds or something. Would have been a good idea to add a timer. Yeah. That way you don't see it until the suplex actually takes place. Instead of seeing it as soon as the move triggers. He's gonna chain it. No, no chain. Volcan's not destroying him. Surprised. There haven't been a lot of rope breaks. Oh, reversal. Oh, that's a nice reversal. Nice. That's clean. That's it, stop that. Stop that shit. Yeah, you can tell I haven't done a whole lot with Volcan because he's doing one strike in the exchanges. Oh, good. His arm is screwed up. Okay, what do you got? Nothing, apparently. Yeah, submission fight. Well, it's still going. Oh, that's no good. Oh, well, never mind. I can't believe Volcon just lost. Upset. Absolute upset. Oh well. Takada gets another win for his record. Give me one more in this, give me one more match type in this set. I wonder if Boss can fight over there, probably. Sure. What's that, 59? That's a big fight, though. Nah, that's too big of a fight. Give me someone else. I want Boss to destroy someone over here. The shorts. We got chest chops. Oh. The new one, body punches. Screws. I'm wearing wrestling gear over here. What's going on? I guess he can wear whatever he wants, huh? Yep. That's the wrong place for that, buddy. Not in this promotion. Save it for New Japan. Ooh. Oh. Alright, that's a reverse dragon screw. Not really a dragon screw, though. Takedown. Well, I guess if you're gonna use it up, now's the time. That's a grab lunch. Right after this one, gonna call it. Go grab lunch. Belt builder. No. Let's try on the combination. Oh, Buffroot lost. It's a day for upsets, I guess. That's Fire Pearl, though. He gets a bunch of dice rolls at the end of the day. And I'm gonna call it. I gotta go grab lunch and do some other stuff.